Everybody, welcome back to Renpet Bath Beauty. Today we are making another summer soap. It is inspired by the New Kids on the Block song called Summertime. Great song. This is The Block. Such a great album. It was like their comeback album, so to speak, and it was fantastic. Anyway, I was still a teenager in the early 90s. I was only 19, and of course they came out in the late 80s. I mean, I was a teenager. I love New Kids on the Block. I'm a boy band fan. Anyway, beyond that, I want to, because this video takes place on a beach, so I sort of want to do a beach type theme soap. I'm not sure. I've never used this fragrance before. It is called Avocado Cilantro Lime by Crafter's Choice. So I'm not sure how it's going to react, but I am going to try to layer it with the sand on the bottom. But I'm going to do it where there is a, what's it called? A slant. I'm going to use a towel and that kind of thing. This is my Isis and Osiris recipe. This is definitely a unisex fragrance, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it Isis or keep it Osiris. I'm going to see how it smells in the saponified bars. So in the lye water there is a 50-50 mix of aloe vera juice, distilled water, there is sodium hydroxide, salt, and sugar. And from my table, the bottom of my table, there is something on the bottom of my lye water. That was weird. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this all mixed up together, and look at all that sugar. All that beautiful, beautiful cane sugar that did not dissolve. Okay, so I'm going to get this mixed up and we'll go over the colors. Okay, this is a very light trace because I will stick blend all my colors because I'm, and granted I have already mixed them in oils, but I'm still going to stick blend them. Oh, I guess it's a light trace, not a light emulsification, which is what I wanted. That's what happens when you're just like la-di-da. Plus, this is really, really cool. The oils before I started were 83.4. And my lye, because it's in my soap room, now that it's summer and I'm running the air, see, look how thick that is. And I stick blended it for 30 seconds. Well, at least maybe this will go by faster. Anyway, my lye gets really cold, like into the 50s. So I need to make sure my oils are a little bit hotter. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause for a second so I can set up for this. Okay, I just needed to fold a towel, basically. Now, I know this seems like a lot for a base layer, but, we'll see. What I'm going to do first is put my fragrance in here and see how it reacts, to see if it slows down trace or what it does. If it races, that general kind of, and you know what? I don't need to stick blend these except for my white. This is completely emulsified. Now that I'm looking at the bucket, I just need to make sure that all my color comes off because it was starting to solidify at the bottom. So this is decently thick. It hasn't really sped up much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit here for a minute, and I'll decide after I stick blend everything if I need to wipe my stick blender off and something. Oh, and and make it thicker. So I'm going to do equal parts of white, celestial blue, well, almost equal parts. Can you guys see? Yeah, you can. Okay, and tropical sea green. And we're going to do as good of a equal portion here as we can. And depending on how thick this gets will depend on whether I do an in the pot swirl or yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to do an in the pot swirl and lay it gently on top of my gold. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so I will have to stick blend that. I need to keep my pot. Let me put it underneath you guys so I don't got to worry about it. Let's see how this is doing. Oh yeah, this isn't going to take long. Oh my gosh, this isn't going to take long to set up at all. Okay, so there's still a lot of alcohol in here. I sprayed this with alcohol like crazy because this was the last soap I did in this was smelled like Teen Spirit, and you know me, I hate patchouli. Okay, so I'm going to try to pour, oh, you know what? Can you guys see? Let me bring in just a little bit closer and then bring this, this way. I'm going to do it on this side. Because what I want it to look like is the water going into the ocean. So once I get all of this soap in here, I'm going to tilt it back just a little bit so there's some gold on the bottom, but just a little bit. So it's the sand, you know, coming up. Does that make sense? I hope so. And I actually don't want it to be, get it in the corner. I actually don't want it to be, it's not going in that corner. I don't actually want it to be, I'm sorry, I cannot think of the word for the life of me. My train derailed. I want it to be flat. So, okay. Alright, so let me spray this with some alcohol and I'm going to mix my colors. And I'll come back when the colors are mixed. I gotta get this out of here. Okay, I'm going to add my fragrance. I am definitely going to have to run a spatula through this in the pot swirl. It did loosen up a little bit, but not much. So this is going to be one I'm going to have to bang pretty hard. Oh, I love that I didn't use too much Celadon Blue. I did sort of the same thing that I did with Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And I probably shouldn't have as much weight as I do, but, you know, last minute looking at it. That's how it happens, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to take my spatulas out. And I'm going to throw this in the bucket. I am not going to, I'm going to move this back just a little bit because that is completely set up. Make sure you guys can see that. Get my thingy out there. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. And I sort of, because I have, I need to be able to do piping, so that's going to be it. This is a soap that I want to pipe on, and obviously it's not going to take long for, oh, I almost wiped that in the wrong cup. It's not going to take long for this to set up to be piped on. And if these colors, if I have too much for my mold, it's not a big deal. Put Judy over here. Because I'm sort of mixing the colors anyway. Okay, let me move some of this around like so. And I don't need the towel anymore. That is like solid. But I am still going to put my spatula in there. I need to run it this way. I'm going to fill it about halfway up, and I'm going to bang the heck out of it. Don't worry, I'll edit that part out. Okay, I'm going to bang it again. Sorry, I wasn't talking. Okay. Now you guys probably saw I banged the crap out of that. 'Cause I did. Trying to get these sides to go down. Ooh, right there. Okay. All right, I'm going to put these three colors, the tropical sea green, the blue, and the white in a roll of Glad Wrap. Not Glad Wrap, you know, the stuff. What's it called? I don't remember. Press and seal. Think about that too, oh my gosh. Alright, I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, you guys. You remember, I just remembered I forgot to put bentonite clay in my recipe. So I'm going to have to make sure I make special tanks for this soap. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Alright. I will see you when this is pipeable. It's still a little bit loose for what I want to do with it. So I'll see you in a bit. The camera died on me. I didn't even realize it. So what I did was I took, I'll show it to you. I'll bring it up and I'll show it to you. Because this, the spikes that I did are not exactly in the middle. They're in the middle for where I'm going to cut the soap, but they're not in the middle of the soap, if that makes sense. I'm just going to fill in a few spaces over here. My cat is upstairs crying because my daughter is spending the night here, and how dare she go outside in the garage to smoke a cigarette. I just knocked that down. Dang it. That is not what I wanted to do. I'm going to try to pull some of these up and I'll fix them. It was just the two that got knocked down a little bit. But these little spikes are in my lines here. This one looks terrible. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to put the rest in cupcake holders. I am going to put glitter on this. I know. Well, maybe I won't because it's a unisex scent. I'm going to keep the glitter off of it. I'm not going to put any sprinkles on it, but let me alcohol it and pray that the piping doesn't fall off because that was pretty hard. But let me move you guys up so you can see the side of it. So that's how it is. I'm going to leave it for 18 to 24 hours. And then we will cut summertime. see you then. Bye-bye.